Good afternoon, folks. It's Anthony with Signature. You can see I'm up here with Dwight. We are in beautiful South Philadelphia. We are essentially right on the southeast corner of 11th and Wharton. You can see the police station right there, and then Annunciation, what used to be the Annunciation School right there. So we're on a flat roof. It's a rubber roof, and it is beyond its life. So this roof is essentially designed to last 20 years. It's every bit of that and some. If you can look, there's a nice coating on the roof. You could tell someone was up here doing the maintenance, but just the things you would learn to expect. You could see the moisture here just around the chimney. We'll have that chimney properly dressed and take care of any leak problems. Dwight's pointing out this right here, so we have the same thing in that area. And I asked Dwight, who has, extensively more experience on flat roofs than I do, essentially just to point out some of the problematic areas. And that's what he's going to do right now, is just take us through. Keep in mind, this is going to be a full replacement, so these things will be, addressed. You can see just the normal things you come to expect on the joints where there's tape. But the biggest problem, and it's a good thing too, Dwight pointed out that the pitch is set really well on this roof, meaning that the water is traveling exactly where it's designed to. You could see that path right there. But just in the process, you have all this wear and tear. Keep in mind, this person's leaking in the home. We're not exactly sure where they're leaking, but we can tell, the fact that everything else is dried out except these cracks. Very problematic, where you would expect to find those issues. Now, the good news is that when it comes to drainage and, water dispersing properly from the roof, the water here, you can see the video's not going to show it as good as we can feel it standing on it, but this would be a good idea. Right here you can see, right? And if I just take a tape measure and show you, you have somewhere between 3 and 4 inches here, and as you come all the way out and slide down, by the time you get here, right, you have almost a foot. You have about 10.5 inches. So you can see you go from 4 inches to about 10.5 inches in a 4-foot space. So that is a very, significant slope. Not going to have any problem with water dispersing from the back towards the front where the drain is. Certainly not going to have any problems from the front towards the back. By Dwight's estimation, we're going to need about 12 rolls to accomplish this. We have a space that is 11 by 23 up to the center cut. And then from the center cut towards the front, we have a space that is 15 by 30. So that's basically it. Now that we know everything that's on the roof, we know areas. The good thing is, when a roof has lasted its whole lifetime, it'll show us, right, where it's going to wear and tear first. We have that outlined up here, right? And before we do the roof, we'll simply reference this video. And obviously on this roof, it's going to be very obvious. But when we replace the roof, we'll make sure that we beef up the areas around this drain. We'll make sure that we do a very, very good job on the path where there's going to be a high water traffic area. And then the other important thing is, when it's done, we'll just make sure that we jump right back on the roof and put a proper coating on it as well. So Dwight's going to be the expert. He's the project manager on this job. Like I said, has a lot more experience on the flat roofs, but I'll get to learn something on that day. So signing off for Signature, it's Anthony and Dwight, and we'll see you soon replacing this one.